Present.
Mr. Ruben Luna,
Present.
Mr. Roger Dixon.
Present.
Sir, you do have a quorum. Next item on the agenda is public comments. Gentlemen, Chief, sir, apparently we do not have any public comments. We can move on to the approval of the minutes. Number 4A, approval of minutes of the Civil Service Commission meeting, October 27th of 2025.
I looked at those minutes and they look fine.
Yes, I reviewed them as well.
Yeah, I agree. Do I hear a motion?
A motion to approve the minutes?
Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, sir. Moving on to item number 5A, is order number 2025033. This is an order to conduct a police senior officer promotional exam in accordance with Chapter 143 of the Texas Local Government Code and the local civil service rules, authorizing the examination, setting a date, time, and place for such examination, and directing the civil service director to cause posting and publication of all applicable notices.
This to maintain an active list?
Sorry, do we have vacancy? Yeah, right, senior?
At this time, we exhausted the list on November the 5th. We do have one vacancy that arose after November the 5th, and with a possible second coming up depending on when we promote to a corporal position that's coming available this coming week. So, yes, working with Mr. Garcia, we do have one vacancy, but we exhausted the previous list of listeners.
We've had, the past month, like 4.
Had two within the last 3 or 4 weeks who have resigned. And then before that, we had maybe one.
Yeah, so we've had some
Wow.
activity on the list that we had. Senior, if you recall, we had quite a list that were,
6.
yeah, that passed the examination, but we've had a lot of activity with promotions, with resignations, and so we've exhausted the list, so we're at that point again.
And how many resignations have we had?
The last 3 weeks, I'll say, count we've had 2. And then in September, I believe we lost 1, 2. In total, in the last 60 to 90 days, we lost 4.
Oh, my goodness. Any other questions?
2 other agencies or?
Make a motion to approve.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, sir. Order number 5B is order number 2025034. In order to conduct a police lieutenant promotional exam in accordance with Chapter 143 of the Texas Local Government Code and the local civil service rules, and in authorizing an examination, setting a date, time, and place for such examination, and directing the civil service director to cause posting and publication of all applicable notices.
Did we have one of the lieutenants resign or retire?
Yes, go ahead.
I apologize. Mr. Dixon, we recently, we had one person on the list for lieutenant. However, that person was appointed to the captain position. So that would be the reason for the new list, but at this time, we do not have any lieutenant vacancies. It would be to have an existing list.
And there, at this time, there are no vacancies at that level? Just to have the list?
Yes, sir.
Very, very good. Any other questions?
Motion to approve.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion passes. Order number 5C, order number 2025035. In order in accordance with Chapter 143 of the Texas Local Government Code and local service rules, authorizing an examination for the position of entry-level police exam with the Del Rio Police Department, and setting a date, time, and place for such examination, and directing civil service director to cause the posting, publication of all applicable notices. This is with the promotions and the vacancies and people moving up. Entry levels are 14 now? 17.
Wow.
Yeah, so we definitely need to make an effort. We're underway right now with 6 under consideration, is that 6?
Correct.
Yeah, 6 under consideration right now, so obviously that does not, make up the 7, well, actually, yeah, how are we gonna do that?
So right now, we have 17 opening, we have, so we're allowed up to the 13.
Yeah.
To the 4. In September, we had a total of, I believe, 10 or 11 people pass the physical test. And then from there, we started working on backgrounds or who was interested. We recently did interviews, and then we got it down to about 6 or 7, and then we're still reviewing, because we did a different process with the interviews a little bit earlier. And then from there, we're still continuing backgrounds. So as Mr. Garcia stated, we're about 6 or 7. When we were looking at that, usually when you do the academy process and so forth, it's gonna be about a year. So with as many vacancies, to only go with 5 or 6, and that's the outlook for the entire year. Chief Ramirez spoke with Mr. Garcia. They worked together to be able to possibly get a test, because our academy is slated to begin at the end of January. But we figured if we moved it a week or 2 back and hire in January and try to do it as quick as possible to get these next 10, if we could get 10 to 11 in there. And just so y'all are aware, myself, Assistant Chief Guzman, and Captain Martinez went to Uvalde yesterday to attempt to recruit for the lateral hiring program to see if we can get to the 13 with some of those individuals. We had some interest, who want to come into Del Rio and come look, and then possibly do a ride-along and seek interest. So we're trying to get, at least by February, maybe about a good 80% of them in the academy, and the rest of them fill them up by lateral hires to try to recoup those 13 that were available to hire.
And was that at the junior college that you,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They were in class, and they're gonna be graduating on January 28th. So we went to go talk to them, pique some interest, and there was some interest, so we'll see, get some communication going. And, we'll try to get this list exhausted of what we have currently to make way for the new list, in January if the test is approved, and then try to get them in ASAP, like when we begin the academy.
Why are we losing so many? Is it other agencies?
Other agencies, yes, sir. And then right now, some of the federal agencies are expediting their hiring processes very quickly. And so,
That's the
picking them
reason.
up rather quickly, so we've lost 2, within the last, I said, 3 weeks, to an agency that's hiring very quickly right now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
and
Can't
that's
compete with the feds.
hard to compete with?
Very hard to compete, especially with, what is it, the bonuses?
Oh, signing bonus, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
How much is the bonus?
50,000.
Where do I sign up?
So it's tough,
But those jobs, that's obviously you're talking about ICE. I don't foresee that. I foresee in the future that a lot of those jobs with ICE are gonna be sent to other departments, or, because I don't think they're gonna continue this, massive hiring for a long period of time. I mean, at least after the current administration is gone, I think there'll probably be a change.
well, we've lost 2 to federal and 2 to other, local municipal agencies up in between San Antonio and Austin area. We've lost some to there as well, so.
And obviously, those that are asking or offering a monetary bonus, I mean, obviously, they're gonna hook you up for 3 to 5 years at a time, I would think. And if you don't like it, it's gonna be tough to get out of there.
But that's what we're competing with, but everybody's trying to do their best here in the city, and just take as much work as they can and work with it.
Yeah.
Any other questions or comments?
Motion, make a motion to approve?
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you, motion passes. Order number 5D is order number 2025036. This is a resolution of the City of Del Rio Civil Service Commission amending the City of Del Rio Civil Service Commission local rule, which is chapter 18, subchapter D, personal file, but amending sections 18.30 through 18.35 and adding 18.36 through 18.41 for the police officers and firefighters pursuant to the Texas Local Government Code on section 143.089. This is different than how we've done this before. Our civil service attorney consultant, if you want to call her that, who's with Denton Navarro in San Antonio, said that because of the nature of this should be a resolution that comes from the commission and not from the city council, because you have the ultimate authority regarding this. But regarding this, we're adding more parts to the local rules, as said, simply because an audit of our civil service files found some inconsistencies, some things that we needed to improve upon, but most of all because the local rules were not as thorough as they should have been. So we're making sure that is in place to avoid any kind of conflict, any kind of issues with personnel files, specifically civil service personnel files, so that that's the reason for this to come before this commission for consideration and or approval.
There were a lot of gray areas.
Not so much gray areas, but not specifically directed towards what the commission or the civil service files should be kept as it's a complicated number of different things that are happening here. As you can see, quite a number of sections are added. So, yeah, I wouldn't call them gray areas. I mean, well, lack for a better word, probably so. But yeah, this is tightening up, if you want to call it that, making sure that the rules are to the extent that they should be.
How often
It's
are the files
mostly security and backing up all the files, right?
Yeah.
File location.
Yeah, where, everything from where they're located, who's monitoring them, how we're auditing them, compliance with between files A here in City Hall and file G at the police department, or file G at the fire department. And then what is not considered those files. In other words, what is the HR file, which is the everyday rules, everyday documents, payroll, and what's not like that. So, what does not belong here, what does belong there, what doesn't even belong anywhere, that kind of stuff. So, complicated, but that she did say we'll tackle this one right now, and then we'll tackle the rest of them. She wasn't too happy, I guess you could say, were our local rules. She said they need some overhaul. So it's probably not the last one we'll be bringing to make some corrections.
How often are the files audited?
Well, they're kept up as things happen, on a daily basis, but audited, honestly, I don't recall the last time that we did an official audit.
They didn't do it in the 6 years that I was here.
Well, that's what I'm saying, official audits, no, but now we're gonna have, I think this rule says at least once a year. So we'll be doing that moving forward, and to ensure that, that we don't have any kind of concerns.
And I'm assuming, is the audit an internal city matter, or?
We will be in, how will we do this? We will be in cooperation with police and fire department, making sure that whatever is happening is here, whatever they have and what we have should be what we should have. So just to make sure that it's just gonna have to happen between the three departments, HR.
And then everything is consistent?
Everything is up to
Because
date, correct.
they have their own files, and then we have ours, and the way it used to be, they were broken up into, like, on the right side were all the civil service files, and the left side were all the station files. That's the way they were supposed to, kind of like be kept, but there was no real guidance.
Yeah.
I mean, and so, over the years, you might have switched some that it should have been on the left side, on the right, and right on the left. And so when they check them, they're not.
Yeah, Mr. Luna is correct, that there were some, inconsistencies in how the files were kept, and going back many many, many, many years. Some of these files were just, you know, here's this happened for this officer, put it into his file, and they didn't know which file to put it in, and they put it in that file, when they should have been over here, so not the clerk's fault, just not knowing what to do. So that ended up with a little bit of a mess in some cases.
It's time consuming,
Definitely.
very time consuming.
That's a definite. But I mean, it's that kind of cleanup, that kind of auditing that we need to ensure moving forward. And again, Ms. Camilla, the attorney for Denton Novato, we met numerous times discussing what needs to happen, tightening all this up. So again, her recommendation, because of the nature of where this falls upon under section 143, and the commission has the ultimate authority on this, she said that no, it does not go to the city council. This is all strictly with the commission, and the commission should pass this, should consider passing this resolution.
And this will add consistency across the system.
Yeah, at least to regard with this, section of the local rules and, well, section 143 as well. As I mentioned, she took a look at our local rules. She said we've got to work on those as well.
Yeah.
So we'll build things tomorrow. And I think that they would say our local rules need some, our hands-on cleaning up as well. There's some things on there that they would agree need help.
But
Make a motion to approve.
I second the motion.
all those in favor?
Aye.
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 And that would be the last item, sir, except for adjournment.
Any other questions or comments? With that, I would move to adjourn. Time is